See that?
Like, what do you think of Liam Gallagher?
Brick, hate him. Don't have to say anything.
He's self-centered, he treats people shit. Who Arctic Monkeys are boys from Sheffield, one of the first ever bands to get big from the internet. One of the few bands to make rock mainstream in the last 15 years, with one of the only bands doing it on the same scale, Oasis. They're not cunts, alright? So the reason I like Arctic Monkeys so much is I think their lyric connect with people because they're so normal. Like, a lot of their songs is just having a conversation, talking about how people act, how people put on a persona, reality of it, really. I think it's fucking amazing.
Not many people who think that the new album is, one of their favourite albums.
It just fucking pisses me off.
I think it's more indulged into their lyrics and things instead of the actual music.
What's your favourite album?
Favourite Worst Nightmare.
Fucking hell, Fox Studios, actually gobsmacked.
Let me break it down, yo. We ain't fucking around.
And we're live. Welcome to the first ever episode of Rory-Talks. So how's it going?
I'm doing fine, mate. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. This weird time in Corona. If you don't know what I'm about, this is a new channel called Rory-Talks. And, I've got my core values going. Real banter, real chats, real people, real podcasts, real problems, and a real strong community. So if you are here, absolute legend. But today we're going to be talking about... Wait, are they your favourite band?
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
I've known them for... listened to them for so long. Probably since when AM came out, so 2013. I just remember being so drawn to them, to be fair.
Yeah. All the rave then. So they're both our favourite bands. Yeah, there we go. So, we're very passionate about the band. I don't know if people will kind of clock that by the end. Hopefully you do. I mean, you got to be asleep not to get that. But we're just going to be talking about, why we love them so much, really. And so, anyone listening, if you don't know who Arctic Monkeys are, they're a band / group of boys from Sheffield who basically one of the first ever bands to get big from the internet, which is quite interesting. Also, they're one of the few bands to make rock mainstream in the last 15 years, with one of the only bands doing it on the same scale, Oasis. So I'm gonna start by asking Charlie, our guest today, why do you like them so much?
Right. Yeah. Cheers for having me. And well, to be fair, it's partially just to do with their unique sound. To be fair. Each album's got their own different sort of unique style, and that's what I like about them so much. And even from the first album when it was all just rock and fast riffs and whatever, to now where they are now with all this sort of sci-fi songs and all that, it's just quite fascinating how far they've come and how their style's changed in every album.
Yeah. Completely agree with you there. Just how they've developed as a band and how they haven't kind of become their personalities. They're not cunts, alright. So, and a lot of bands do that. Like what do you think of Liam Gallagher? Do you rate him or?
Prick, hate him.
I
don't have to say anything. Liam Gallagher's a prick. I'll say that.
Yeah. I think he's just he's self-centered. He treats people shit. He's just delusional, slates other artists. I just think he's a bit of a cunt, to be honest. But yeah.
You got that right.
Yeah. So the reason I like Arctic Monkeys so much is I think their lyrics connect with people because they're so normal. Like, a lot of their songs is just having a conversation, talking about how people act, how people put on a persona, and just reality of it, really. And I just think it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, but especially in their earlier stuff as well. A lot of it is more, they're sort of stories, basically, probably from their own personal experiences as well. Of it's just middle class life, really. and it's just something a lot of people can relate to. That's probably why they got so popular.
Yeah, 100%. Like the way they talk about High Green in Sheffield and just like hanging out and just like it's just so relatable, and they do it in a way which I've no other band in my experience I've ever seen, really. You know, I see some bands, I listen to a few of their songs, they're banging, but I've never just gone mental on a band like Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, there's definitely something special about them. Right, okay,
Talk
cool.
about their new album. That's what we do. Talk about the new album.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously Arctic Monkeys have, you know, had been with AM being, you know, their number one / whatever people, you know, that album, as kind of their top-ish album, but they have had, you know, a rise to fame very quick, and they had big success with those albums. But what do you think about Tranquility? Because, you know, there's a lot of big Arctic Monkeys fans who don't even listen to it, really.
Yeah, well, it's a hard one because I can, you know, I can name people who think that, you know, like any of their albums are their favourite album. But, you know, there's not many people who think that the new album is, you know, one of their favourite albums. And you know, like I can see why. Really, it's very different music to what they usually play, really. But I think it's quite unique, and I like it personally. I think it's one of their better albums, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's more. I think it's more indulged into their lyrics and things instead of the actual music. The music's quite experimental, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
100%.
you know, the lyrics, they're all like, they all have like the same theme. It feels like the whole album is just like a story, which is about the hotel that it's named after.
Yeah, Hotel on Mars, which is a bit bonkers, but
Yeah, I like the idea of it.
Yeah, and it's like it's imagination based. Like, you know, they've talked about people and just like normal people, kind of living their lives, and like cunts, and just like how friends can be dickheads, and how you have so many dickheads, and some people don't change, stuff like that, and they're just kind of making their imagination go wild. And also another thing I want to bring up, I think me and Charlie are quite passionate about this. There's a lot of kind of half-hearted Arctic Monkeys fans out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. And they'll be watching this, you know, and you know who you are. You know who you are. I'm not gonna name names.
It's not for everyone though, is it? The new album's not for everyone. I can see why they don't like it. You know, I can see why, but when you've liked them for so long, it's hard to just say it's just shit.
Yeah, I just think like that's kind of a poor attitude towards it in a way, because like I think, you know, their new album is a hard listen, and it kind of just, in a way, I can appreciate if you've listened to it a lot and you say it's a bad album, but for the people out there who aren't proper, you know, dedicated fans or whatever, they don't even barely listen to the album and they say it's shit, and it's just like they don't even know what they're talking about. It just fucking pisses me off, you know.
Yeah,
like,
I do agree. I agree with that. I must say the album did grow on me at first when it first came out. When it first came out, like you know, especially with the trailer and everything to it, I was so like excited about it. And when it came out, I was a bit half-hearted on it at the time, and I wasn't like
same,
slightly.
100%.
I was slightly disappointed. But then, you know, it's definitely grown on me, and you know, now it's one of my favourite albums, and I know people can't stand it.
Oh god, yeah. We got to talk about your like, oh fucking hell, the monster flip song and stuff like that. We'll talk about that later. But
there's some fucking weird songs, like
yeah,
bloody hell.
Yeah, there is some weird songs, but you know, when it first came out, I didn't even know they released a new album for ages. So yeah, that's a weird one. But then I obviously found out, and I listened to, you know, your typical noob consumer of Arctic Monkeys. 4 out of 5 and Tranquility based.
Yeah, I was definitely on the 4. The 4 out of 5 was the only song I listened to for a while.
In it. I'll be walking down the street, blasting that out the speaker. But then, you know, I hadn't give other songs time, and that's the problem, I think. Like Ultra Cheese, is one of the best Arctic Monkeys works I think ever, in my opinion. But like a lot of people don't.
It's a very good song.
Yeah, but a lot of people. Oh, sorry. A lot of people haven't even seen it because they judged the album so quick. They didn't even wait to the end of the album. But that song's fucking class. Like, fucking hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's one of their best songs too, to be honest. I like how it builds up slowly. And I just like it. It's just, it reminds me a lot of #1 Party Anthem as well.
Yeah. I so agree with that. Like, proper, like, that type of kind of vibe to it or something. Just unreal. And like the passion and absolutely.
Yeah, and for people who haven't really listened to Arctic Monkeys properly, I would definitely recommend that song. Even if you don't like the new stuff, you'll definitely like that song.
Yeah, 100%. And it doesn't. It's not an instant click for sure. Like, first time you listen to it, you might, because the beats which they use in the new album are very jolty, and a lot of people hate jolty music. They like common beats which are like throughout, and that's why a lot of people hate, you know. But yeah, definitely give that a listen. I'll be linking all the recommended stuff in the description if you want to check it out. But what do you think of Alex Turner then, Charlie?
As an absolute god of a man. It's strange when you see videos of him when the band first started compared to now. It's basically a completely different person. Like just like his hair's all grown out and whatever. He wears some questionable things now, to be honest. But you know, it's weird how he went from, you know, just some basically just shouting Sheffield boy to, you know, he's basically lost the accent now, to be honest.
No, I disagree with
deep
that.
and fucking
Nah,
Americanized. I'd say
nah. That's what Liam Gallagher said. Nah. I know people have said that, but why do you say that?
Because it's not like, if you watch them live now, and some of their old songs, he sings them completely different to how he used to, and a lot of the accent is lost as well. It's still there, like the whole like Sheffield like sort of like twang to it is still there, but it's just more, I don't know, like I'd say Americanized is probably not even the word to use for it, to be honest, but
no, I know what you're saying a bit. Yeah, like no, I know what you're saying. Like, what was it? Was it Reading or Glastonbury where it's you know, oh, he plays this. I can't wait. One which goes, is it when they change when the sun goes down? I'm pretty sure, and then the crowd sing it, and he comes on stage and is that it? I don't know if you know what I'm talking
honestly,
about.
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I ain't got a clue, mate.
But yeah, I mean, I think on stage, I definitely think the accent's gone down a bit. Like, I do remember him coming on and he would say a few words in his Sheffield accent, but now he's got confidence, so he speaks a lot more. So I think that could be linked to it. But Liam Gallagher said that about Alex Turner. It actually pissed me off a lot because straight after that video, I watched a interview with Alex Turner, and it was him, and his accent was just the same, you know. So maybe live, but in person not. So
yeah, I saw an interview with Alex Turner, and he was basically saying about how the old songs now, some of the older songs from like the first couple of albums, they basically just feel like karaoke when he sings them. And I think what he meant by that is basically like he's just tired of doing the old songs and that they just don't feel right to sing anymore because he can't quite make them sound the same.
Yeah, that's some radical stuff, seeing the change and growth in a musician. But you really get them admitting it, which is impressive. But now we're going to be talking about the best Arctic Monkeys album. So when we say the best Arctic Monkeys album, we're actually going to include like kind of, wait, is Stuck on a Puzzle an album, do you think?
Well, I don't know if you want to count that. That's just Alex Turner, to be honest.
Alex Turner, I don't know. But what about Who the Fuck Are the Arctic Monkeys?
That's a B-side.
Alright, so yeah, we'll count those. Alright, so let's what is the best? Now, how about we should start with the top 3 best songs, shall we? Barty Monkey.
Top 3. Okay, all right.
We have actually talked about this before, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, so we got a rough idea, but we did say quite a lot of like things, so I don't know if it's different or what. But we'll do one song each. So you go first.
Okay, well, number 3, really. For me, it'll probably have to be. It'll be a controversial one, to be honest. Probably 1 Point Perspective on the new Tranquility album.
1 Point Perspective.
Because I just think it's quite a poetic song. I think, to be honest. But I like the guitar solo. I love everything about it. Like, I just think it's a really good song. And there's not much more I can say about that.
Yeah, and the way the start, like legit, I get out the shower and I'll listen to 1 Point Perspective, and it says like dancing in your underpants, and I'm there.
It's a fucking shower song. Yeah, definitely.
Like, it full on is, and it's so simple. It's just a little. It's like a little piano riff or whatever you want to call it, and it just drives the whole song. And
and then guitar, just small guitar riffs in the background.
Oh yeah.
And then the solo just makes it, to be honest. Especially
I'm actually
live.
trying to remember. Wait, could you give a little singing, or is that too much?
Fucking hell, that's definitely too much. Especially how high it is.
Wait, I'm trying to think. I know, because it's hard to multitask between a game, noise, and dance in my underpants. I'm gonna form a covers band, and I'm by the baby grand. Mr. Winter Wonderland. See, call me a kid. We really need to talk. Is that bad?
That was class, mate.
Really? I thought it sounded wank. But so 1 point. 1 Point Perspective's your third, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Alright, interesting. Oh fuck, interesting. I mean,
the question is, what is yours?
Oh, so it's a difficult one.
It's definitely a hard one. When you've listened to basically all of their songs, it's hard to pick out a top 3.
It's got to be like 150 plus songs we're picking from it. It's not just some random, typical little fake fan with your little whatever people say about me in AM.
Yeah.
This is difficult. I think. I really like No Buses. Have you heard that?
Yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah, I like that one. And fuck. I'm gonna actually go for Ultra Trees as my third one, just because I think my first one is kind of like Ultra Cheese. So, but you know, Ultra Cheese, where do we begin? You know, Ultra Cheese is a proper iconic song. I've actually officially wanting it now at my wedding. I've said that. You know,
I like that.
Yeah, just like the ending. You know how
it's
builds
definitely
up.
an iconic song. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and just how like when it's about looking on past pictures and just being like how times have changed. You know, people knocking on your door. You know, just like how life's evolved almost, and like, but at the end of it, if you properly love someone, you'll never stop loving them. And just like, as cringy as it sounds or whatever, fucking hits home, I think, and is a banging song. So yeah, that's my number 3. So what is your number 2?
Right. This is where it gets a bit more difficult because, you know, as we said earlier, there's so many songs to pick from.
God,
and it's hard to just go through all the songs and just pick a number, you know, anything really. They're all fucking good, let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
Apart from like fucking
overplayed songs.
Monster
like,
Truck Front Flip. That's the shittest song.
What? You said it was good?
No, I said it was shit. Right. Nah, number two song. Probably gonna go back a couple of albums here, and I'm gonna say Pile Driver Waltz from Suck It and See.
Ooh.
And you know, it's hard to differentiate between like the Stuck on a Puzzle version of Pile Driver Waltz on the Alex Turner album and the Arctic Monkeys one on Suck It and See. But I'd probably give it, you know, Suck It and See. I think it suits the Suck It and See style, because if people who've listened to the whole album know that you know, like the types of songs that there are on it, it's quite like a lover album. It's quite like a summery album as well. Oh yeah. And I think it's like Pile Driver Waltz, you know, it's just the perfect song for that album. And I like the Suck It and See style they put on it.
Yeah. It is a banging song, and like, you know, the Stuck on a Puzzle version's a lot more like, it's a lot more kind of almost, could say tinny, but
less complex.
Yeah. Because like the Suck It and See one is very bass driven, you know, like the bass is really oomphin' the song along almost.
Yeah, that's true. Along with the guitar in the background as well. But, it's a nice song.
Yeah, it is an amazing song, you know. It's kind of it's a simplistic chorus, but it's just like it's just banging, and it really is catchy. Like, looks like you've been for breakfast at the... Oh, fucking hell. Oh, that is a class song. Yeah, I wouldn't put it up there though, you know, because I think,
you wouldn't,
you know, because I think there's so many. I think there's better songs in Humbug, to be honest, you know.
Yeah.
Like Cornerstone, Potion of
quite controversial, but
ooh.
I haven't got any. I haven't got any Humbug songs on top 3.
Damn. Yeah. I haven't actually picked my second one. I'm actually gonna have a quick look at Humbug just to remember, like, because I can remember like Cornerstone and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some honourable mentions to be said.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, like we could name just like bangers off the bat, you know, Potion Approaching, that guitar riff's absolute class.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely. But the question is, what is your number 2?
Oh, that's a good one. That is. Fuck. Oh god. Yeah, I think I gotta go for this. I think it's in the Stuck on a Puzzle. I'm going for a lot more slow paced ones, and I think it's because I used to enjoy more like, you know, into it, attacking music, fast paced, heavy bass, that type of old style Arctic Monkeys. But I don't know, I kind of, the more older I get, the more I love kind of slow pace, you know, like quality almost over quantity, and like songs which are quite irregular. And Glass in the Park in Stuck on the Puzzle is just that song's fucking amazing. Like I've only actually really got into it in like the last 3 months, to be honest. Like, I listened to it a few times, but I never kind of saw it as a good song. And you know, and I listened to it more and more, and I listened to the lyrics, you know, and it's so fucking true, like, and it's so real, and it probably gets you. Well, it gets me anyway. So yeah, that's my number 2. Yeah.
I think like with the Arctic Monkeys, a lot of their songs are like you have to listen to them quite a few times to understand them and to know what they really mean. And then once you do, you know, like, they're very enjoyable songs. I think.
100%. Because like, I listen to quite a lot of like rock, and like I listen to a bit of rap, the odd drill music and stuff like that. And you know, there's only so many times you can listen to the songs. And yeah, for music in general, the more you listen to it, the more it grows on you, 100%. But I think certain songs by Arctic Monkeys, it's like another. Sounds a bit bonkers, but it's like another dimension of what music is.
Yeah. Fucking hell. You're gonna grow a third eye.
Yeah, it's third eye vision. Yeah, man, I can see through the... I
Philosophical.
can see through the lyrics.
Philosophical.
Yeah, philosophy. Yeah, I just think like kind of it really, some songs are just like just fucking amazing. Yeah. What is your wait? Are we in number one now?
Should we do a couple of honourable mentions first?
Yeah. Let's talk about a few like underrated songs, because I think there's a lot of good songs by Arctic Monkeys get a lot of exposure, like Do I Want to Know and stuff like that. But it's overplayed. Everyone knows it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You name an underrated song.
Underrated song by Arctic Monkeys. Probably will have to be it's a B-side for the song. I can't actually remember what song it is.
Oh no.
It will come to me. I think it's a Cornerstone B-side. It's called Catapult, and
I haven't
that's a
even
really
heard
good song.
that. Fuck.
See,
This is
there you go.
embarrassing.
Underrated song, mate.
Fuck.
I know all of the songs.
Oh,
Catapult. I think it's Cornerstone. No, I don't actually know. I think it's a Cornerstone B-side.
Damn it.
But yeah, that's a really good song. I recommend that.
I can't really say much. This pisses me off because I know like fucking I listen to them so much, and I listen to most of their like kind of other stuff, but it's gotten I've missed out on like that. But what's in particular good then about that song, do you think?
Definitely the guitar. It starts with an acoustic guitar. Like, it's not like, especially around that time period of the Arctic Monkeys, that was when like Humbug came out and whatnot. There's not a lot of songs in that album, if not probably one, and that's Secret Door, that has an acoustic guitar in it.
Oh yeah.
And
so is it like, is it more like kind of, is it slower?
Yeah, it's more like, it's quite hard to explain. It's just in like typical like Humbug style, that sort of like dark, dark style. Good song. Very underrated song. Not many people have heard it, really, I don't think.
I haven't heard that, which is fucking pissing me off to bits, but interesting.
Yeah.
I think my underrated song is oh crap. I mean, there is so many underrated songs. I'll just name a few, like Pretty Visitors, Potion Approaching, Secret Door. Like this, I know I'm only naming Humbug, but
Humbug's a really good album. I do rate Humbug a lot. There's a lot of good songs on there.
Album. Yeah, 100%. It's a class album. I think sticky one. I think Who the Fuck Are the Arctic Monkeys is a bit underrated, and I think no one I know listens to them, that like song obviously. I think that is very underrated. However, it is a banging song, but it does turn shit. Like, they really don't know what they're doing, Like,
I definitely get what you mean.
Yeah. Like, first 3 minutes, banging, those little lyrics which come in, we've been where we've been, like that. Class, love it.
Yeah.
But then I think, as it progresses, it comes to shit, And
I get what you mean.
Yeah, which is annoying. But I mean, I'm just talking about a song, but I think my big underrated song, which no one, I never see anyone rate this song. It's The Jeweler's Hands.
Yeah.
The end.
Very good song.
For Humbug. Yeah.
Jeweler's Hands. You wait. You go through the entire Humbug album. You get to the end, and you just got Jeweler's Hands, and it just completes it.
Oh yeah.
Very good song,
like
especially near the end as well.
Oh,
Near the end of the song, when it gets to the end, brilliant song. That's like, most of their songs. It's quite a pattern in most of their songs that towards the ends, after they've had all the build up and everything, like the song just becomes like 10 times better than it already is.
Oh yeah. That's so
it's why
true,
like I like their songs like that. Like other songs like 4 out of 5. It does at the end with the build up and everything.
Yeah.
And
people are impatient as well to stay to that, but you know that is. If you do, it is an amazing build up, and just the way it builds up, and then it's like the sea rolling out, and then just gently ends, which is just
it fades out.
Yeah, which is class, you know.
But if you're going back to it, if you're gonna say about who the fuck are the Arctic Monkeys, then I'll probably have to go from a song from the same B-side in Cigarette Smoker Fiona.
Ooh, I like that song. I like the guitar. It's very like, it proper represents, you know, old Arctic Monkeys, 100%.
Yeah,
but,
it's definitely you could pass that off to be on the first album. 100%.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Wait, are we talking about our top favourite songs, or are we just talking about underrated songs? Yeah.
Yeah, we've still got number 1 to go.
Oh yeah, number 1. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Who the fuck are the Arctic Monkeys? Definitely kind of an underrated selection of songs, 100%. You know, like those songs in there. Oh my days, they are good, and they don't really ever get exposure because Spotify doesn't show it with Arctic Monkeys and stuff like that. You know, which is annoying. But yeah. Now we're going to be talking about number 1, the Big Daddy.
Number 1, the big one. Right.
Yeah. So you go first.
Well, this is a bit controversial. I wouldn't say controversial. It's just a bit generic. But then you know, at the same time, I think as generic as the second album, Favourite Worst Nightmare is, I think, and it was a tough one between Do Me a Favour and 505. But it will have to be 505, I think.
505,
especially at the moment. I don't know why, but I'm just so like, I love that song at the moment so much. And you know, it is generic. It is fucking generic. But and also I saw this thing. I can't remember where I saw it, but it said that 505 is voted the best Arctic Monkeys song ever.
Fucking hell. Gee,
I mean, like, I mean, the amount of like 1 song, 2 song fans probably voted for that, but I think 505 it's a fucking masterpiece, to be honest.
Yeah,
and even like even the song's so like simple, it's just 2 chords, but even that, the song's just so good, and the way it builds up, and the lyrics,
that is amazing. Yeah.
The lyrics and just the vocals and how they sound, I think
I mean that is a good banger, and like
well as that really it's one of the only songs that they still play live from the first 2 albums.
Right? Whatever people say. What I mean, I bet that you look good in the dance floor.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, apart from that, really, but they've got to play that, haven't they?
Yeah, that's
the most popular one.
Yeah, that was number 1. Yeah, I mean 505, fucking beautiful, like class song. Like that's the type of song you want to be in your little car, whatever. You're going on holiday, you're leaving your holiday or something, and you just play that. That's a fucking class song. And I won't lie, you know, I used to listen to that song quite a bit, but I haven't given it time a lot. I don't know, I'm a bit impatient almost, because like obviously it builds up, and like because I do know it pretty well. I think all the lyrics, but I don't think I know it really well, you know.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah,
that's the same with most of their songs, really.
Yeah. Because like I don't know, it's like I'm impatient for the slowness at the start and stuff, and it's not very kind of. It doesn't almost do me. I can't listen to that song a lot, but you know. I'm not surprised it's underrated.
What I like about that song as well is that when they, most of the time anyway, when they play it live, they get Miles Kane to do the guitar for it as well, and then Alex would just be on the microphone, and that's it. And it's just, you know, it's good. It's good to see him just with a microphone on, you know, like in his prime, in his fucking prime.
Yeah, I know what I mean. Yeah. Because it's like where he belongs, and he's going for it. He's not getting distracted.
He is,
He can't hide behind a guitar. He's what he's born to do. Like, yeah. I mean, that is a class song. Yeah, and also when he performed that song live, like, fucking hell, the crowd know every fucking word, don't they?
At Transmit,
Yeah,
it looked incredible, and you know, like, it's just something like it's just one of them like reasons why I want to see them so bad. Unfortunately, I haven't yet.
Same.
And I fucking will in my lifetime. I promise you now, I will.
On my bucket list.
Exactly. And it's just, you know, like the songs like that and the crowds and everything, like, it's just one of the reasons why, you know, like I want to see him so bad, and why other people, so many people want to see him so bad as well.
Yeah, 100%. Like, that song, fucking, probably, I mean, personally, I don't think I would cry seeing that song live by Arctic Monkeys, but, like, I can understand why people would, and I reckon if I saw, oh fuck's sake, if I saw like Arctic Monkeys play like Ultra Cheese or something, I think I would cry. I'd be like, ecstasy would be in my body of just like how fucking much good and how fucking much I love them, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Oh fucking hell, what a band.
But
yeah, so you've gone. Yeah, go on.
Finally. The question is, what is your number one?
Oh, what's my number one?
What is your number one favourite Arctic Monkeys song of all time?
Number one favourite? It's number one party anthem.
Is it? You've got for the number one?
Yeah. And, you know, this song has been my favourite Arctic Monkeys song for absolutely years now. Like, I find new songs like, you know, 4 out of 5. I listened to Tranquility a lot. I started getting into Humbug, and then I actually went to Suck It and See, and I've never really gone to Suck It and See and stuff like that. Yeah, so this is my favourite song, I think, because I love how the song grows and how just the lyrics align with each other, and just like kind of, I think, you know, it's one of those songs where you can just picture after a party, you're with your best mates and you're just like puffing a banger or something, and just like it's
definitely one of them songs. It comes with a lot of emotion, to be fair.
God, yeah, fucking tons.
It's a time to be round your mates and everything, listening to that, or around anyone, to be honest, and listening to that song. It's definitely, you know, that is a good shout. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, like, and also their live performance at Fox Studios. I'll never forget the first time I heard that. I was actually gobsmacked. You know, I still watch it all the time to this day. And, every time it gets me. It's just like fucking great song, and it's. Sure, it is the Ultra Cheese style for sure, but Ultra Cheese 100%. Came after it. Yeah, but like, I don't know, it just gets it for me. So yeah, there's our top 3 Arctic Monkeys songs. So now we're gonna talk about seasonal albums, and so where should we begin?
Right. With the seasonal albums, there's definitely different ways you can go about it, really. I think anyway. But I know we were having a conversation about this, and you know, it's quite interesting to talk about, actually. But there's definitely a pattern with the sort of, as we said, like the seasons and the albums and whatnot, because I feel like you call me fucking crazy, like. At certain times of the year, I just favourite some of the albums more than others.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know, that it probably is because they were literally like made for different parts of the year, because they're so. It's hard. It's, you know, if you don't understand, then it's, you know, it's bloody hard to understand.
Yeah,
but if you do, then you know what I mean.
Yeah. Like.
But yeah, I mean, we were talking about it. And as we said, sort of like the more popular ones are sort of like the summer ones.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. Yeah, and
Like
also the
for example,
yeah, go on.
like for example, the album AM and Suck It and See, they're more sort of like summary albums, as I said earlier about the Suck and See.
Yeah,
And
I've heard that
it's definitely clear to tell that, because it's more sort of like, they're more, I'd say, popular music, but the more like pop style really than the more rock.
Yeah, yeah. They're more
and they're
kind
more
of
like love
studio
songs as well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I noticed that their studio-based music does a lot better, and that's because people prefer good sounding music to actual good music. Sounds a bit weird, but it is true. I mean, Suck It and See it was a success, but it wasn't like their other albums. But yeah, I think branding has to do with the albums a lot. Like Suck and See's like white, and the music video's always in the sun and stuff like that. And Humbug's a lot more like
100%. But
yeah,
it's weird how like the first two albums sort of like, it sort of just mirrors like Sheffield in general, to be honest. Like, you know, like, even though we're talking about seasons, fucking, it's always probably just some rainy, cold place in it. Really, it's bloody Sheffield. But you know, it's sort of near like autumn time, really, that them albums sort of just feel like, because they're all just, you know, like a lot of the lyrics are about the weather and everything, like cold and fucking rain and shit.
Yeah, and just like going out, doing fuck all or whatever.
Basically, just the boring time of the year. Like who the fuck has autumn as their favourite season or whatever? Do you know what I mean? Like, no, do you know what I mean? Like, no one really goes, my favourite season is autumn. Like, no one fucking says that, do they?
Yeah.
But like, it sort of just like mimics that, really.
Yeah, that is true. Like, that is pretty true. And also with albums like Suck It and See, thing which pisses me off a bit, you know how they're signed with Domino Recordings, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, like they might do a music video on there or something, and they won't even upload it to like the actual Arctic Monkeys fucking YouTube channel. It's just annoying. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, fuck knows.
Fuck. I know, and
they're definitely a good record company, though. They're definitely a good label for what they've done for them.
Yeah, class. Yeah, and like, you know, with Humbug, like I've barely even seen a music video for Humbug, to be honest. I'm trying to remember. But
there's the Crying Lightning music video. I think that's one of the only ones. The Cornerstone one's fucking iconic. If you've seen that or you haven't seen that.
Yeah, that is iconic as fuck.
It's fucking iconic. I know someone, fucking bless them, for Halloween they done the same costume as in the Cornerstone music video, and it was fucking it looked fucking hilarious. But
he does look a bit mad in there as well.
Yeah, it's definitely, I'd say that's more sort of like a winterish, sort of like wintry time sort of album, to be honest. It definitely feels like that, and it sort of helps. It's more like dark, really, and
I mean,
it helps
I'd say
that
Cornerstone's kind of a Suck It and See style song, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, you know, I like it how for that they had Josh Homme as their producer for that album, who's the he's the singer in Queens of the Stone Age, and so it's more like not like it sounds like Queens of the Stone Age at all. It don't really, but it's definitely got that sort of like darkness feel to it, and you know, it definitely he as a person definitely helped them sort of like evolve as a band, really. And to sort of like create their own unique style. And I think it definitely shows in Humbug, which is the album he produced, as well as Tranquility Base, really. I think they're both, you know, they're both sort of like similar not style. They definitely don't sound similar, but the sort of like the type of albums they are. You know, the length of the songs, the tempo
Wait,
of
you
the
talking about
songs.
how like Humbug similar to Tranquility?
Yeah, I think they're both sort of like wintry
Damn, that's a
albums.
bold statement. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But
I think
yeah,
I think Tranquility's quite a dynamic album because
yeah.
I mean
for
obviously
sure.
you got the irregular beats, like some of the beats you sometimes think like, how do I like this almost, because when you first listen to it you think like it's so jolty and difficult to listen, but then you obviously go into it and stuff like that, and that's an interesting statement actually. Humbug similar to Tranquility. Never thought about that.
In their own unique way. I
yeah.
definitely don't sound the same, but the sort of types of albums they are,
Yeah.
and as I said, you know, like the lengths of the songs and how fast they are,
Yeah.
it's definitely similar in that way.
Links are similar. And build-ups as well. Like you see that constantly build-up throughout.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Secret Door is very similar build-up to Tranquility. You know.
Yeah,
Potion
100%.
Approach and even that. Yeah. We haven't actually really talked about favourite worst nightmare, have we?
I think it's a weird one for me personally because so I used to really like the album, and then for a while I really thought it was even more generic than the first one.
Yeah.
But then now I've grown to appreciate that album probably the most.
What, favourite worst nightmare?
Yeah, I don't. It's not my favourite. Like I'll tell you now, it's definitely not my favourite. But I've grown to appreciate that the most, really, because
I know what you mean. Yeah,
the songs are quite. It's weird. Like you see it in a lot of their albums as well, especially Suck It and See. It's like there's like two albums in one, because half the songs sound the same, and then half the songs also sound the same as each other.
Yeah, it does have that genre of like fast-paced craziness.
Yeah, there's that. There's the songs like Balaclava and These for Dangerous, Brian Storm, and all that. And then there's the songs like 505, Do the Bad Thing.
Yeah, that is just complete flip.
And Do Me a Favour, and they're all they all have like it's almost like there's two groups of songs in that album.
Yeah, I know
that sound the same.
I've never actually thought about it. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, it is a very dynamic album, and then there are like 12 songs in the album. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think there's 12 songs.
Yeah,
I'll have to check.
Yeah, like it definitely is like a dynamic album. Like it's got a lot of genres to it. But I think one thing we can all say about that album, it's not an album which can listen to all the time, but I think Favourite Worst Nightmare is a banging album live. I think to see that album live out of any other album, I think would be the best. Like fast pace, get the crowd going.
Yeah, definitely. Like
AM is a class album. I think every song on AM is really, really high standard. You know, like there's not. I wouldn't really say there's a shit song in the album. Like full on, every song is kind of a masterpiece, and everyone just played it so much, kind of put me off it a lot, and just it's such a generic album, as we said, is very off-putting. Kind of, I think for me and Charlie, as big Arctic Monkeys fans, I think a bit. And also it's quite studio based, you know. It is trying to appeal to a larger audience, not the diehards, which is definitely shown in how it went down.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
I feel like that it is a really good album, but there are definitely some weak songs on it. I think I can't remember if you disagreed with me on this, but I think Mad Sounds is not a very good song at all.
It's not amazing, but I think I think it's in the top bracket for AM. I think Knee Socks and stuff, to be honest. Like,
yeah, well, Knee Socks.
You can be my baby. What's
What's interesting about Knee Socks is when it's in the just before the last chorus, the background singing is again Josh Homme,
Oh yeah.
who done the background singing for that, which is
yeah. I mean, yeah, some songs they really do nail background music and actually almost saves a song. Like you have some shitty chorus or something, and then the background
100%.
colliding with it just builds it, and that like it has saved a lot of songs. So, but you know, at the end of the day, we're big Arctic Monkeys fans, and AM and Do I Want to Know? Do I Want to Know in particular is. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the most popular rock song in the last 20 years. I mean, was Wonderwall released in that time? I don't know, was it?
Nah, it was before 2000. That was 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
95.
Yeah. So I'd say that is. If you got any other opinions on that, chuck them in the comments. But I'm pretty sure that is the most popular rock song, single song, in last 20 years. Like that song has brought rock out the water. Rock was kind of a very dying thing, you know. You did have an audience for it. You did have big amount of people following rock in America. However, you know, like it never went mainstream. You never had people who like pop listening to rock and stuff. And that was one of the first times in absolutely ages where everyone was listening to rock, which is just amazing to see, really. I think. So, what is your favourite album then?
Right, this is honestly, I'm gonna go with a different answer here, and I'm just gonna say all of them, depending on the time of the year. Like, I'll be honest, because they all at some point, actually, apart from the fucking first one, I don't know why, absolutely iconic album, but it's never been my favourite one ever.
Same, I agree with that so much.
But you know, it changes, and you know, as part of the problem of being, you know, a big Arctic Monkeys fan is that you don't have a favourite album because they're all good in their own way.
Yeah, that is true. But if you had to pick, what would it be?
If I had to burn them all and keep one,
yeah, that's a good way to
it
put
would probably. Honestly, it will probably have to be Favourite Worst Nightmare.
Favourite? Fucking hell, I did not think that would be.
It sounds generic. It sounds generic, but I think the songs on there are so iconic.
Yeah, but is it just like 3 songs just gripping it for you? Like, realistically, does that whole album like? Yeah.
I think the whole album would hold on its own. If Arctic Monkeys was just one album, then it would either be the first or the second one. I think, you know, if Arctic Monkeys were just the other albums, I don't think they'd hold on their own.
Interesting, yeah. I mean, did not think that would happen because like we didn't even talk about Favourite Worst Nightmare until I brought it up. Weird. I mean, it's a dynamic album. It's got some fucking absolutely legendary songs in there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so,
the first couple of Arctic Monkey songs I listened to were Bronze, Storm, and Fluorescent Adolescent. So, as you know, as much as they're like generic songs now, they, you know, they're definitely special.
Yeah, they are special. Even though like overplayed and I can't really listen to them anymore, but it's still like In Betweeners, iconic, Fluorescent Adolescent, always.
Yeah, you know, I completely forgot it was even on In Betweeners.
And it's like every episode at least for like 4 minutes, just that song. That's mad, crazy. But my favourite album is, I thought about this a lot because I think there's 2 main albums that stand out to me. It's Tranquility and it's Humbug, because I think Humbug, in my darkest days of like absolutely hating school, and I mean I wasn't diagnosed depressed, I wasn't, so I'm not gonna say I was depressed, but I was so fucking sad. I was off my food, stuff like that because of school.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I fucking just blast out Humbug every day on the train, and it was fucking amazing. Just the happiest time of the day. And I just think throughout that album, there's not one song in that album which I don't think's a banging song. I think it's consistently the best album. Yeah. So I'm gonna go for Humbug for that, which is a different one. So now we're going to be now to finish it off. This has been a long podcast, hasn't it?
This has, yeah, but you know what? It's worth it for the Arctic Monkeys.
Yes, always. Now we're going to be talking about the future of the Arctic Monkeys, because there's a lot of speculation. Did Tranquility flop? Did it? What's going to come next? Was that an experiment? Are they going to go back to roots? Just what are they going to do? So what's your take on it all?
Well, here's the thing, and it'll probably never happen, but I think they should just do another basically Tranquility album or something like that.
Oh,
I saw this thing, and I saw this thing on YouTube or whatever, and it said this new album is going to be called like Salt and Milk or something like that. It was something absolutely ridiculous.
What the hell?
And even if I know that's not going to be true, but even if it was true, it did sort of look like a suck it and see Tranquility sort of mesh. It was weird. That's definitely not going to be the case, but I hope it's something similar to that. But honestly, I probably wouldn't even mind.
Wait, go on.
I probably wouldn't even mind if they went back to sort of like an AM album, to be honest.
Really? I mean, yeah, that would be good to see, because I think what kind of Tranquility showed was, as much as people didn't like AM, like a lot of diehards didn't like AM, at least AM was popular and put Arctic Monkeys proper back in the scene. And Tranquility has really not done that at all. Like fucking hell, it's barely got any awards. No one really gives their opinion on it. It didn't go mainstream like one or two Strongs did. It really has, in my opinion, from the success of all their albums, I think Tranquility absolute flopped. I do love it, but it has flopped, let's face it.
100%. But it's not really got it's the album that doesn't have a mainstream sound to it in any song at all, really. Apart from 4 out of 5. I saw 4 out of 5 on the radio a couple of times. But that's literally the only song.
Damn, I've never heard it on the radio. But I think, what I want the future to be like is I want Arctic Monkeys to basically try and do a mesh, like a mix up of kind of AM and old roots, so kind of fast paced bass music, hopefully get the younger generation into it a bit more, and like just kind of more rock style but easy going rock music where people were attached to, just like they did with AM. But instead of being very studio based, I want to see it more raw and like better, so it's like easier to form live and shit like that. But I mean, I think realistically where it's going to go, I think this next album is kind of do or die for Arctic Monkeys, in my opinion. Do you think?
Yeah, probably. I could probably see this being their last album, to be honest.
Really?
I hope not, but I could probably see them. They're getting into their 30s now. I can see this probably being their last one, the next one.
Damn. I mean, they have been going to, like, how long? 20 years, is it?
About 16 years. 15,
and
16.
that is like pretty respectable for a band, to keep together that long. But yeah, I mean, not everyone's there for a start, but yeah, I mean, it will be, because Tranquility's flopped, so it's either going to be, are they going to go down Tranquility route, or are they going to breach out to their old roots, mash it up a bit, get get back on the map, or I don't want to say it, but they might just die, I think, if they carry on.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see them bring back sort of their old style, just to keep their older fans happy.
Yeah.
But then something more popularised like AM to bring in new people as well.
Yeah. But what do you think will happen? Because I know you said about the salt milk thing, whatever that was. But like realistically, what do you think's gonna happen? Like, is the new album gonna be like a success or flop or what? And what's it gonna be like?
I hope it's sort of a similar style to songs
Wait,
like.
no. Wait, no, not what you hope. What do you like actually think it's gonna be?
If we don't know that, like, if it's like if someone asked, if you asked me 2 years ago when we saw the 4 out of 5 trailer for the new album, what's this album going to be like? You know, no one fucking knew. No one knew it was going to be some strange, abnormal, weirdo music, but it was.
Yeah, true.
But I can see it being okay. I can see it being sort of like songs similar to like "Are You Mine" and songs like that.
Ooh.
But
do you think it will be a success?
Probably more like piano-based songs.
Yeah. Because he said, didn't he? He wants to add more to his music than just a guitar, and his creative process isn't coming through his guitar anymore, which is interesting.
Yeah, you see it. You see it when they play live now. Even the old songs, they've added a piano to it all, and all this. They've all like jazzed it up, really.
Yeah, they really have. But as I've been asking, do you think it'll be a success, their new album?
Yes, I do. I think
you do.
I think it'll be successful. I hope so. I think it'll definitely be more successful than Tranquility.
So you don't think it's gonna they're gonna just die down? You think the new album will bring them back out of the war?
This is the make or break. This is the final. Give it all they got. Do you get what I mean?
Damn. Yeah. I know what you mean. I mean, that is good to hear, to be fair. But I think me saying this is being hopeful for sure. Like, there's a good chance everything could flop, but from the genre route which they're going. But I'm gonna say the Arctic Monkeys are gonna mash together, hopefully some piano and rock together, and like bring themselves out of the water again. And I think it could be their last album, as you said. But you know, because anything can happen. Is it going to be jazz style / rock? And that'll be something which hasn't been seen before in fucking ages. You know, what will it be? Yeah.
I like when they play live, they do. It's like an interlude song. It's not actually an official Arctic Monkeys song or like a song by anyone at all. It's called Jam of Boston, and you'll see this on their more recent live tours and whatever. Do you go to the comments of a video to like on the set list and everything, and it says what minute it starts at and whatever.
Is that Transit?
You'll probably see. I don't think they've done it at Transmit. They definitely done it in Mexico. I know that.
Oh yeah.
But there's a song titled "Jam of Boston." Normally about halfway through their set, and it's just sort of like an interlude song, and it's got no singing, but it's more like, it's weird. It's quite like a fast-paced song, and it's more like in the Tranquility style, but at the same time, it's quite like more like their first album as well. It's a good song.
Damn. I mean, that's some class insight there. Only get that from the very best. So quality sharing that with us. Can you like link me that or somehow? I don't know.
Yeah, 100%.
Cheers. I'll chuck everything we're talking about in the description if anyone's curious. yeah, I think that will wrap it up. You know, we've discovered why we like them so much. What do you think of Alex Turner? Best album, top 3 songs, seasonal albums, and the future of Arctic Monkeys. Have we covered it all?
Yes, we have.
All right, class. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks, Charlie, for hopping on today. Appreciate it massively. You know,
No
class
worries.
to
Thank
see.
you very much for having me.
Yeah, and you know, you're part of the new journey of Rory-Talks. So thank you. Yeah. So here we do conclude the podcast of Arctic Monkeys. So thanks so much for watching. Follow Charlie on Instagram. I'll link in the description. You know, big thanks for taking off his time to be here.
Yeah,
and
it's all
thanks
worth
so
it
much
for the
for
Arctic
watching.
Monkeys.
Always. Chuck your comments below. Who's your favourite band? And yeah, thanks so much for watching. And it's bye from me. You're supposed to say bye from you.
Right, do again.
Yeah, it's a bye from me.
And it's a bye from me.
Alright, thanks for watching. Peace.